Ross, thank you. The rain from the past few weeks here still causing big problems for homeowners, especially in southern parts of Sedgwick County near Derby and Hayesville. Take a look at that video there. That is flooding in a man's basement.
Anna Auld explains their solution.
It's not exactly the relaxing sound of water you'd want at your house. Dan Kane's basement is full of piles of sand and water streaming through to his sump pump that's been working nonstop since the end of May. He lives in the southern part of Sedgwick County. He says the water table in the area is just too high and the water doesn't have anywhere else to go. He says when the water wells in Derby were shut off back in 2007, they started having flooding issues. That's when Derby started getting its water from the city of Wichita. County Commissioner Jim Howell brought up the issue in a commission meeting and says if the city of Derby and the state agree, 2 of 11 wells will be turned on, allowing thousands of gallons of water to go back into the Arkansas River, forcing the water table to go down, providing at least some relief. Kane says he's not the only one with a big problem. He says dozens of other people in this area are having the same issue. Howell says if the city of Derby and the state agree the wells should be turned on, they would run for 60 days. Homeowners here say they hope that comes soon.
We just need help. We need help. We need help out here, and we just can't live like this anymore.
So we showed you some of this video last night. So this is in someone's basement, and we saw that sand in there.
Looks like an island.
And it looks like a stream, and it is constant. So we sent Anna Auld back out here. People who live there in that area say they think the solution to this problem is simple.
There might be a legitimate reason why it takes so long, but to me it just seems like a quick, easy fix.
Anna followed up on her story from last night and looked into the solution that they're talking about. Her story new at 10 tonight.
Tony Rogers' sump pump in South Sedgwick County is working a lot of overtime.
It's just been constant.
His isn't the only one either. County commissioners say water is leaking into nearly 200 homes near Derby due to recent flooding.
Our concern is what next?
We asked that question to the city of Derby, but it didn't give us any answers. Many here believe turning on 2 of the 11 city water wells in the area would solve the problem, giving the water someplace else to go.
Pray that the water table goes down or somebody turns some pumps on and starts moving water out.
In this neighborhood, you'll see quite a few full garages with couches and clothes, things they had to take out of the basement to save. But their main worry? Getting the water table lowered. County commissioners voted in a meeting this week to ask the city of Derby and the state to turn back on some of the wells. Commissioner Jim Howell says if both the city and state agreed to turn on the wells, they would pump groundwater out into the Arkansas River, lowering the water table in the area. But the city tells us it's not prepared to answer questions about the wells and if or when they would be turned back on, which Howell says could take up to a month.
Seems like it's a very urgent need for all of us. There might be a legitimate reason why it takes so long, but to me it just seems like a quick, easy fix.
That was Anna Auld reporting. We asked the city of Derby exactly how the water wells work and if all that water will go through pipes to the river or through a drainage ditch, but it could not answer that for us.
After days of Fact Finder 12 asking questions about the city of Derby's water wells, we now have some answers. Basements like this. We've shown you this all week, basically a stream running through their house. Those are piles of sand coming into their house. Homeowners say the water table is so high in that area it doesn't have anywhere else to go, but they say one solution could be turning on some of Derby's water wells to lower the water table in that area. Anna Auld has been on this all week. She joins us now and explains how the process works to get the wells turned on and the homeowners hopefully some relief. Anna.
Well, Mike, take a look again at this homeowner's basement. All that water rushing through and piles of sand and water constantly leaking in. Well, this week we talked with multiple homeowners with similar issues, and they say the answer to them is pretty simple.
We've shown you basements like this in South Sedgwick County. People there say turning on some wells in Derby would fix all of this. Here's how the wells work. They pump groundwater out into the Arkansas River, lowering the water table. But many in the area are wondering if and when the city of Derby will turn them on. County commissioners voted in a meeting this week to ask the city of Derby to turn them on. The county's environmental resources director tells us the Derby city manager will make a recommendation to the city council on what to do. Then the city council will vote on that, and if it's passed, an application could be sent to the state's Division of Water Resources to get a temporary permit to turn them on. The Division of Water Resources says it's a simple 2-page form the city would need to fill out with questions about where the water would be going and how much would be pumped out. DWR says it could approve the application in as little as a week. Now the county says it could cost thousands of dollars to turn them on, as it has in the past, and says the process could take up to a month. But these homeowners say they're in an emergency situation that needs attention now.
Well, we just talked with the city manager. She emailed us, so we do have a little bit of information there. We are still looking through that information, but the city manager of Derby says Derby cannot fulfill the county's request. She says it saddens them if the county has raised the hopes of some property owners, or if some expected this would be an easy and quick solution. It says 60 days of 2 wells pumping will cost much more than they anticipated, and the value of just pumping one of those pumps is minimal because she said that one of those pumps is not functional right now. The city manager says the conversation with the county about this will continue to see if they can help in any other way.